ValveTime.net.
Hi, and welcome to the ValveTime News. Each week, we'll bring you the biggest talking points regarding Valve software and the community. Now, the news. While this week is definitely lighter on news than last, it was still a big week for Valve as they were named as Edge Magazine's #1 Best Game Development Studio in this year's Edge Developer Awards. The issue, which is on sale now, includes an extensive look at Valve and their business practices. Topics discussed in the issue include Valve's reasoning behind developing Dota 2, their recent business developments, and the design ideas behind Steam's Big Picture mode. There's frankly far too much to talk about on the show, so head on over to a link in the video description to read more. Print and digital versions of the magazine are also available, which we highly recommend. It was also revealed earlier this week that Valve developers will be giving a pair of talks regarding virtual reality at the Game Developers Conference known as the GDC 2013. While we've known for a while that Valve has been developing hardware in the form of controllers, consoles, and virtual reality goggles, this will be the first time we've heard inside stories from the developers themselves. The first talk will be given by Joe Ludwig and is entitled What We Learned from Porting Team Fortress 2 to Virtual Reality, which will, as the title suggests, discuss how Valve dealt with a variety of issues involved with integrating Team Fortress 2 over to a VR system. The second talk, given by Michael Abrash, will be titled Why Virtual Reality is Hard and Where It Might Be Going, and will function as a general overview of virtual and augmented reality, alongside Michael's own personal roadmap for the future development of these technologies. GDC 2013 begins in San Francisco on the 25th of March and will run for 4 days until the 29th. Game and system updates featured as a big theme this week, with a variety of Valve's titles receiving sizable patches. Firstly, Steam guides have gone live after leaving a short beta period. The new system, which we talked about a while back after its beta released, functions as a new community-driven tutorial, walkthrough, and tip system, allowing players to share information, support, and guides relevant to any game on Steam in order to help the other gamers or to just show off. The Steam guides are available in-game via the Steam overlay or under the Game Hub section of the Steam community. We're not really sure what has changed since the system's beta unveiling and the full release earlier this week, so let's just move on. Following the footsteps of Team Fortress 2, Dota 2, and Portal 2, Left 4 Dead 2 received workshop support earlier this week, which allows community modders to upload and share maps, campaigns, skins, and scripts for other users to download and rate. This makes Left 4 Dead 2 Valve's 4th title to officially receive Steam Workshop support, which we believe will be followed shortly by Counter-Strike Global Offensive. In just a short period of time, around 300 skins, campaigns, maps, and other game mods have already been added to the Steam Workshop, so head on over to the workshop via the link in the description to get involved. Dota 2 also received an update earlier this week, which introduced a new game type known as Least Played Mode, which, when selected, will give every player a random selection of heroes determined by playtime information, forcing all players to experiment with new heroes and play styles they don't usually experience. Other noticeable updates include a new high-quality Radiant Melee creep skin, updated ability icons for a variety of heroes, and improvements to the Workshop upload feature, which now features support for the submission of custom wards and couriers. An unreleased UI update has revealed that in-game hero guides will soon be available from an additional panel, helping newer or less experienced players to focus on specific builds uploaded by developers or the community. Upcoming heroes Troll Warlord, Skywrath Mage, and Tusk also received a variety of content updates, including basic skill icons, skins, and particle effects. A link to Cyborg Matt's full changelog analysis will be available in the video description. Steam Greenlight also received an update this week, which unveiled the next full set of Greenlit titles to the service. 10 new games and 2 new software titles were added to the Greenlit tab, including games such as Leisure Suit Larry and The Age of Decadence, alongside software titles such as Artisy Draft and Grotoboto. For the full list of newly Greenlit titles, head on over to our site via the link in the description. In merchandise news, pre-orders for the 20-inch tall Gordon Freeman GamingHeads statue have officially opened as of January the 18th, 2013. The statue, shown here, is constructed from high-quality polystone and is currently limited to 1,500 units worldwide, with 500 units reserved for the more expensive exclusive version, which comes with a wieldable MP7 SMG straight out of Half-Life 2. We believe these collectible statues will sell out quickly, so head on over to GamingHeads to pre-order one to avoid missing out. During last week's episode of ValveTime Trivia Time, we asked you a question regarding Team Fortress 2, more specifically about the planned unlockable weapon which was announced but never released. The answer was, as several of you correctly pointed out, the Overhealer, a planned medigun from 2008 which was supposed to overheal the target to 2,000 of their original health. The gun was scrapped for being extremely unbalanced as it practically made heavies and soldiers unkillable, removing the need for an Uber charge altogether. The Kritzkrieg was added during the Gold Rush update, ultimately taking the Overhealer's place. For the next question, the original game launched with only 6 maps, and Gold Rush was later introduced as the game's 9th map. But what were the first 2 officially released maps available before Payload Gold Rush? We're looking for maps 7 and 8. We'll reveal the answers on next week's show. That brings us to the end of another week of Valve news. Thanks for watching. Be sure to head on over to our site via a link in the description to read all about the recent update to source mod NeoTokyo, and an annotation link should be available on screen around about now, which you can use to head on over to see the first episode of ValveTime TalkTime, the first episode of our recently released podcast series. Don't forget to leave your feedback regarding the new series in the comments below. Stay tuned for more ValveTime videos, news, and reviews coming soon. Bye for now.